Colleagues, greetings. My name is Anton Soborov. I'm glad to see you in the third part of the course on targeted advertising on Facebook and Instagram. Today there will be a big interesting part. It will be completely technical. We will talk about two very important points. Firstly, I will tell you how to launch ads for non-technical specialists. Let's say you are a business owner and you want to get new customers. In today's video, I will show you how to do it in 5 simple steps. At the level of questionnaires, visas that you fill out and get real customers for yourself in just 15-20 minutes. In this practical portion of our course, you will have the opportunity to launch this advertisement. If you are an expert, a marketer, then I will show you the possibilities for more flexible configuration, tell you all the features that I know, and this will literally be in the near future within the framework of this course. We will look at your advertising campaign goals, look at their features, look at the interface of the Meta advertising account. These are Facebook, Instagram, audience network placements, Facebook partner network. I will give my recommendations on launching advertising, so stay tuned. Today will be really cool. A bit more technical information than in previous sections. Let's begin. First, I would like to express my gratitude to all those who support my courses and my products. Thank you very much. You can donate to support my media using a QR code, and there will also be a link to payment, transfer, and support for my media in the description. Thanks a lot, colleagues. Thanks once again for creating my new products, courses, which have been launched and are now accessible to the audience without any cost. So look, here we have a set of choices available for initiating advertising campaigns targeted at individuals who are not professionals in the field. We observe that we have the ability to launch post-promotion on Instagram or Reels. We can drive traffic to the website. We can increase the number of leads for our business, promote on Facebook, generate comments, and so on. There are many intriguing things, but I want to talk to you about launching an automated advertising campaign in the Meta tools, specifically in Facebook and Instagram. This campaign will be created for us by artificial intelligence. I have been following this thing for probably the past 10 years, and now we are really on the verge of it working. And when it allows you to bring in new clients literally with a snap of your fingers, it is truly very cool, and we will continue gradually with you on the process of how to do it. This is a unique thing that definitely changes the entire advertising market, and I believe in a bright future when it will be much more effective, although right now it is already very interesting. Well, let's not talk too much. Let's get started. Here is an example of such an advertisement. It is quite simple, easy, and I will show you how to make it, how to launch it literally in 5 to 7 minutes, quite quickly. So, ahead of us is a simple quiz. A questionnaire that you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, must fill out in order not to scatter the meta, and for Facebook and Instagram to understand who you are and what audience you need to attract. Accordingly, the initial inquiry they make is whether you possess an offline store and if you desire to attract the audience to your store and location. I do not have this one, so I say no here. If yes, then you must fill in the context of your stores. Subsequently, there were technical inquiries. Do you have a website? Yes, I confirm that I do. Do you sell products on your website? I state no, I do not have such an opportunity. If you, for instance, possess a catalog.com, an online store, then you really should fill in the yes button. Is it possible to book meetings directly on your website, or do I need to contact you separately? Actually, you can choose the option whether it exists or not for users. I say yes, opportunity available on my site. Can you receive contacts of potential audience on your website? So are there any forms where people can leave an application? I affirm they have the ability. Is it possible for individuals to contact you for more information? I affirm yes, such an opportunity also exists. And correspondingly, there are additional inquiries regarding how individuals can get in touch with you. Initiate a phone call, send a message to you on WhatsApp, send a message to you on Facebook, and leave your contact information on your website. Accordingly, choose the items that are available, and further, the advertisement will be automatically configured for the tool there. Great. Next, we have a variety of locations where you want to draw the audience's attention. Accordingly, I am in Georgia, I choose Tbilisi. Yes, this is one of the options that is available. Therefore, my ad will be exhibited in this specific location as per the agreed upon arrangement made between us. Here, this is a vital point. We must carefully choose the interests of our audience based on it. I always recommend, when utilizing products, to opt for broader interests on my behalf in order to avoid compromising the main platform. Algorithms were able to select an audience specifically for you. However, in order to achieve this, we need to provide the platform with a few additional options. If you reduce the audience size significantly, it will no longer have the capability to effectively test its hypotheses. Therefore, I recommend taking a wider one here. Suppose if you are engaged in your car business, accordingly, we take the widest interest of the audience in the car. If your business is marketing, accordingly, we take a broad approach to marketing. Those that you potentially deal with, yes, in particular mine, it is generally marketing, it is social media marketing, content marketing, yes, there is lead generation. Accordingly, we can expand them. There is also an extra benefit of 10 there, points that can be employed here. Great, now we load creatives for our advertising. I always suggest utilizing certain individuals, specific people for better results. This always attracts attention. Very cool if it's a contrasting photo. We have a foreground and a background, they are separated from each other. Thus, we enhance the conversion rate in this case because of the story. Therefore, utilize a tool such as Canvas Photoshop to effectively prepare the image for your advertising. As a result, load it within this platform, and we have now arrived at the ultimate screen together, which is where the configuration of all other elements takes place, and thus we collaborate on defining objectives. Yes, we can identify 3 crucial points that we can achieve in partnership with you. Yes, you can generally get more leads. And the meta recommends this thing. Yes, that is, we see a certain star about the fact that we will use all the possibilities that are on our platform. You will get more people. From the interesting, on the right side, we observe the approximate number of contacts that will interact with us. Yes, that is, we see there a range from 700 to 2000. And the volume of rows, the forecast that you will be able to obtain within this budget within a day's time. From 2 to 11 years old within the day. These are highly favorable numbers. When budgeting, we look down $5 per day. And you have the capability to manually adjust it and, as a consequence, observe how the numbers will change. In addition, we can change the strategy to another one, for example, to get a bigger meeting. Obtain additional traffic to our website. In this particular situation, you will be requested to provide a link to your website, which you will be required to create appropriately. I require leads, thus I opt for this format, and in the future we will utilize a contact form, which will be present on our platform, where I will need to obtain the individual's complete name and email address. This will be enough for me to continue interacting with this audience, so I am providing this information below. It has the option for customization, but I usually prefer to keep it in its default state. Great. Moving forward, let's now focus on some minor technical settings. These settings encompass the duration of the campaign, any special categories if they are required, audience targeting, and placements for the campaign. I recommend, if you are just starting, if you are not a professional, set everything to default. So it will be more interesting from the point of view of advertising waste. If you are a specialist, in just a couple of minutes, I will give you special recommendations for you. Here, in fact, we established a budget, uploaded creative materials, selected the necessary items based on the quiz, and that is the extent of our actions in this regard. Following that is the button to place an advertisement, which undergoes moderation, takes some time during that process, and then your advertising campaign begins to run. I agree, it is incredibly cool, fast, and easy. Moreover, every person has the opportunity to access the vast audience of Meta products, including Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and start running their own advertisements right here on this platform. In my opinion, it is very good, and I would be happy if you enjoy this video. Now let's proceed further, and I will demonstrate the various options that are available to you when you are already experts, when you have acquired some technical skills and can effectively utilize them to your advantage. It is evident that Facebook tools are also undergoing changes in this area, and their approach is already different in general. with the same neural networks already being utilized internally, and the advertising account for professionals has undergone significant changes over the past few years, while still retaining some fundamental aspects that remain unchanged, despite the overall transformation that has taken place. Address Manager is a Facebook advertising account, a meta tool. Here is a link to it. He appears, you observe, less attractive now. That is, there is already more info here, tables and everything required for us as ad procurement specialists, traffic managers. Accordingly, here we press the Create button, and here are the main features that you should know when professionally managing advertising. When establishing a company, we carefully choose the specific areas we want to prioritize, such as traffic, engagement, leads, app promotion, sales, and overall brand recognition in order to effectively drive growth and achieve our business objectives. Accordingly, we select these items at this stage, and the formats that will be provided to you later will depend on this choice. This is a fundamental thing that is worth doing in this place. Furthermore, there are multiple points that are further on and can be taken into consideration here. In particular, here is this basic setting, the setting of the audience that we need. This is the choice of location, the minimum age of the audience. Yes, it is important. The ability to choose from previously saved audiences that you have utilized before in your campaigns. In particular, saved audiences can be used to upload your database into the advertising account, a tool that is good enough to do editing for an audience that has already made a purchase from you, for example, or has shown interest in your website. Therefore, we can use and upload a custom audience inside the advertising account. Here, this function is available to us. And accordingly, the languages we want to show, for example, let's say I'm in Georgia. I want to target not the Georgian audience, but the English-speaking audience. So I use English language in my content, and this is done on this tab. Following that, we will have the chance to provide configuration settings for the neural network designed for Facebook and Instagram interfaces, as well as meta tools. This will undoubtedly be an incredibly cool opportunity, don't you think? I state that interfaces, algorithms, or more precisely, they are more intelligent individuals. So in this case, we can completely rely on the configuration to it. It is referred to as Advantage plus Audience. Yes, when our meta adjusts our advertising according to target indicators there. But if you desire to manually fine-tune it based on your experience, then accordingly, you have the option to make settings here. Yes, as per the information provided, this includes age, gender, detailed targeting, and can be further customized based on interests, jobs, and other demographic factors. I highly recommend that if you are new to the tool, you should click the Browse button in order to see all the available options. There are a lot of them, really. There are a lot of them. And these targets are what the meta tools are actually famous for. Yes, you have the option to configure nearly everything. Parents with kids, enthusiasts of specific products, while performing certain actions on the site. I discussed it earlier, so you can refer back to them and see once again, here are my recommendations for these activities. However, if you do not possess this understanding and fail to implement automatic strategy inserts, these deficiencies will inevitably become apparent in the most advantageous manner possible. Excellent. Moving on to the third setting, we are presented with two alternatives. We can either place full trust in the neural network meta or take the manual approach of sending options to the specific ad placements where our advertisements will be showcased. The total count is 4, consisting of Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and the network of Meta Tools partners, which are all integral components of the Meta platform. An important point to consider is that if your creatives are not the most adaptable for various options, it is advisable to choose manually instead of relying on automation. Because if we possess a video, then it is still a narrative concerning posting in Reels or in media content, such as video on Facebook. If we possess static content, it is still more advantageous to transmit it to the feed, where it will be displayed in a better and more optimal manner. Therefore, at the subsequent stage, you have the chance to preview all of your advertising, and this is primarily what we are guided by. Great. Now let's discuss the technical features that currently exist, and I will share the valuable experience that I have gained over the course of the past 16 years. So I suggest opting for a pay-per-click advertising campaign when you have a high-quality website and you experience good conversion rates on it. And this way, you can accurately predict that on average, you will achieve a conversion rate of 3, 5 to 7% from a click to the desired action. If you have a complex product that needs to be explained, that needs to engage the audience, for instance, showing them article content, telling them on our website, then clicks will definitely be useful in that situation. And if you have a marketing funnel organized through your website where interaction takes place at certain stages, accordingly you use several touch points, then transitions to your website will definitely be useful. If you possess a basic product, if you possess an ineffective website and low conversion, or if you do not possess a website at all, but you possess a sales department that is prepared to handle requests, then a lead generation campaign, a lead company, is appropriate for you. This is the time when you receive emails, phone numbers of your target audience who are interested in your product, and after that you call them, write to them through messengers, and thus interact with them. This is significantly quicker. The setup process is considerably simpler, and the cost per action has the potential to be low. If we require recognition and desire to interact with as broad an audience as possible, then media tools and methods will be applicable and beneficial for us. I recommend running ads for impressions. In this case, you can work with video content, show it to the widest audience possible, and output it to the next stage, to the stage of recognition of your product, to search engines, and accordingly interact on other tools, advertising tools that exist. Great. The final point I want to emphasize is the separate work with the catalog. If you have an e-commerce or online store and you have a feed that can be provided to the system, along with offline and online purchases, then working with the catalog will be extremely beneficial. It allows you to accurately display specific items that are available in your store and that a person may have already seen, and thus squeeze him to make a purchase. That's why we choose to work with the catalog here, and for you there will be much more targeted information accordingly. Colleagues, here are my recommendations for you from the point of view of launching advertising. I recommend you to take small steps. Accordingly, try to launch advertising, connect a card, launch creatives, see how the audience behaves on the site. And accordingly, after that, already come to some pro version in terms of working with analytics, with complex mechanics, already work with more complex creativity, multi-step sales, and so on. This basic information will be enough for you to start launching, start getting leads, start getting the first clients from targeted advertising, advertising on Facebook, on Instagram. I believe that this knowledge indeed will be enough for almost everyone without technical skills, but after watching this course, it will be enough. Once again, I want to thank you for supporting my media and products. I sincerely hope this product and course were sufficient for you to start advertising. Your support means a lot to me. Make sure to write your feedback in the comments section. I read and watch every single one. If you are enrolled in my courses on Udemy, kindly leave feedback after finishing this course. See you in new courses released in my media, so I recommend subscribing to stay in touch as courses come out often. For Russian-speaking viewers, all my content is collected in my Telegram.